In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to build authority in a SaaS niche through content creation. It's kind of a mouthful. What if you could get your software in front of dream customers right when they're searching for your help, the help that your software provides? And what if you could be the person to help them even before they visit your website? So that's not just possible, it's predictable when you use the right type of content. So in this episode, I'm going to teach you how, and I'm going to demonstrate right on the screen. So let's dive in. So your software solves a real problem. What is that problem that it solves? That's the core of what we need to know, because your dream client is already searching for help online. They're going to Google, YouTube, or ChatGPT, typing in something because they have this challenge or they have this goal, and your software would really be helpful to them, but they just don't know that it exists, right? They might not even know that they need a software. They're just trying to figure out how to solve that problem. So what most SaaS companies will do is they push their content out there. It's like, hey, look at our software. This is what it can do. Isn't this amazing? But any type of push marketing like that, it catches people off guard. It makes them put their defenses up, even if they're golden. But most of the time they're not golden because you're pushing your content out there to too broad of an audience. But what about these people that are searching? They don't even know that they need software, but they know what their challenge is, they know what they're struggling with, or they know what they're trying to achieve. So how do you meet them where they are? These are your dream clients, right? Well, if you know what their question is, then you can meet them with the answer. We're in the age of answer engines. Instead of search engine optimization of trying to get your website to rank on Google, Google is now an answer engine. YouTube is an answer engine. ChatGPT is an answer engine. So your focus needs to be creating answers to the challenges of your dream clients. There are many people around the world that have tons of questions that they're asking, but you don't need to answer everyone's questions, just the very specific questions by your dream clients, the people who should be using your software. Now for you, it's going to be really easy because you can demonstrate your software as you answer their questions. Like, here's a challenge, how do I do this? You can start to talk them through it and then show them how you'd use the software to make it work or achieve their goal, whatever that is. And don't do it in a way that sells, because if you don't sell, you're just helping. It'll build trust, it'll build curiosity, and they will see you personally as a person that has authority in this space, a person that can really help them. Now I want to show you some examples of questions that people are asking online and how you can really drill down to find these questions. So this is a website called SEMrush. They have a whole suite of tools. Now the one that I'm going to show you is called the Keyword Magic tool. Now by the way, this is a premium tool, but I can give you a 2-week free trial. If you go to herokeywordtool.com, you'll be able to sign right in and come here, hover over SEO. What we're doing is not SEO. I don't believe in it. It died in 2015 in my experience. But go to Keyword Magic Tool and watch what we're going to be able to do. I'm going to come right here and type in Manage Projects. I mean, maybe your software is a project management tool or something. So beyond this search, there's a lot of keyword tools that can give you a list like this, and this isn't very helpful. But if I come over here and I turn on the questions button, this is where it starts to become more valuable. The more specific you go, the better. So I'm going to see what happens if I turn the word count filter up to 8. And if I can go bigger, I will. Okay, yeah, I can definitely go bigger. This is way bigger search volume than I need for each episode. So I'm going to go up to 10. We've got a lot to choose from here. So as I scroll down this list, these ones are too big. I'm going to go down to like the 20s and the 10s. Let's look at some of these. How can a project manager influence customer expectations and perceptions? How do I create a project management dashboard in Excel? And I see that there are some other things in here, not necessarily talking about the software, but just talking about their challenge. So you could fine tune it a bit more, but we've got 24 pages of these that you could comb through. Or you can just add in some of these other keywords that will narrow it down more and more. Let's jump to another example. I'm going to change the word up here to email list. I've got the same filters turned on, so I've got the questions button turned on. I've got my word count filter set to 10, but look at all these questions about email lists. So if your SaaS company is built around an email tool, well, look at all these questions people are asking about an email list. People are wondering, where do I find a list of my email contacts? Or how do I add an email address to a safe senders list? I mean, just on and on and on, hundreds and even thousands of questions. So your dream client is asking questions and you can make videos to answer them, and you can use a tool like this to sort through and really divide which questions are my dream clients. Ignore the other questions. Now, what if you've got a software that helps with training, right? So let me just do another example here. Employee training. Wow, I thought I was going to have to turn the word count filter down, but leaving it at 10, there's still a lot here. So how much does it cost to train a new employee? You can show them how the business owner do it a lot more affordably. What LMS does Chick-fil-A use for employee training? Maybe you know the answer to that. What's the purpose of documenting employee food safety training? So on and so forth. So many questions. What if your SaaS is for payroll? You can see all the questions people are asking about payroll. Or what if your software and service has to do with credit repair, right? You'll just be able to fill in the blank, but hopefully you can catch a vision. How long does a voluntary repo stay in your credit report? How long will it take to repair my credit score? There's so many questions there. I might turn it down to a word count of 8. And there's just so much interest in credit repair. So what is the subject of your software, right? When you put that in here, and there's something that you might want to consider. Credit repair is a term that a consumer would use. So sometimes when you think about your software, you might be using jargon or what you call it or what the process is that's known in the industry. But what's the problem or what's the challenge that your software overcomes? Find out what those words are and put those words in here, and you'll find the questions that your target audience is asking. So now that I've kind of scratched the surface on the first step here, I want to teach you all the steps of what you do next. When you find these questions, how can you make content that ranks at the top of Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT? So the key is actually YouTube, and you're going to learn why that YouTube is the key to Google and YouTube is the key to unlocking ChatGPT. So in this video right here, it's called Dominate YouTube Search Step by Step. If this is the path for you, if you really want to learn how to do this, go watch that episode next.